Acting for film differs highly from stage acting. The big difference is that on stage you have a physical live audience who actively react to your performance. Nonetheless, when acting for film, your audience is the camera. In his Acting for Film classes, actor Michael Caine suggests that you have to treat the camera as an intimate lover, or the best friend that you can never make eye contact with. By this he means that you have to become extremely comfortable with the camera's presence and resist holding back any emotion. This kind of freedom, however, comes with some rules that ensure effective acting and the recording of successful footage. Arguably, the most important rule as a film actor is knowing what your frame looks like. This is important as it allows you to know why it's necessary to hit your mark, and furthermore how much space you have around you to play with. It's obvious that our actors David and Daisy haven't been informed what the frame looks like in this shot due to the way that the cameraman struggles to get both in the frame. Subsequently, the camera moves more than it should to compensate for the unnecessarily large gap between the actors. Even more prominently, it's obvious that the actors are unaware of their framing as they dip in and out of frame. This makes the footage look unprofessional and uncomfortable for an audience to watch. On the other hand, in these next shots, notice how the blocking and camera angle work together to frame both actors nicely. This framing is much more natural and it allows the audience to see both action and reaction. This framing is also successful as you're adding depth to the shot by shooting behind David's shoulder with Daisy in focus further into the frame. This decreases the empty space that we have seen in other takes and helps to create a much more personal atmosphere for the conversation to take place in. This first take, or rehearsal of the scene, highlights how important the correct blocking and framing is for film actors. Here, the flat and unnatural angle combined with the uncomfortable proxemics makes the conversation appear forced, dull, and generally just difficult to watch. Additionally, the director of the scene made the decision to change the background to a much lighter area. This helped to bring the characters forward into the scene as well as to create a much more light-hearted appearance to the footage. This fit more successfully to the comedy-style sketch of performance. Similarly, the director asked David to wear a denim jacket to produce the same effect.
Here we see that the 180-degree rule has been broken. This means that the actors appear to switch sides on the screen, thus detracting from the realism and appeal. Other things that can have this adverse effect on a piece of filmed drama include breaking character. Often this is caused by forgetting lines, as seen here. According to Stanislavski, an actor must know their lines to a degree that what they are saying is natural rather than rehearsed. Breaking character suggests that the actors are not one with their characters as Stanislavski proposed. Movements and gestures are crucial to an on-screen portrayal of a character. Remember, the camera sees everything, so make sure that every movement has a purpose. Here you can see our actor is leaning out of the car, and therefore has to take care that she remains in character and remembers that every movement she is making needs purpose behind it, something good old Stanislavski would recommend. In order to prepare for working to camera, an actor must go through a similar procedure to any other form of acting. However, acting to camera is required to be less forceful than on stage, as the microphones used will pick up sound, leading to projection not needing as much focus during the preparation period. However, this doesn't mean you can weasel out of learning your lines. Admittedly, you can do as many takes as you need to get them right.
Oh no, I'm sorry! Oh no, I'm sorry! Oh my god, I'm so sorry!
But this is generally a bad idea. You don't want your director turning on you, so learning lines, as in most forms of acting, is a priority.
Hitting the mark is vital for both on-screen and stage acting. It basically means that an actor can enter the stage or the camera area and stand where they should be. This may seem easy, but even if you are the slightest bit off the mark, then the entire staging can be thrown off, as well as the rest of the actors, so don't be the numpty that disorientates everyone. Though David and Ellie are primarily sat down in this scene, they still have a lot of marks to hit. See here, the pair should have leaned in simultaneously, but there was a slight gap after Ellie leaned in for David to. This does not affect the staging as such, but has a massive impact on how clean and effective the movement looks and is. The beauty of on-screen acting is that movement can be subtle, and the viewer will still see and hear it, as the camera picks up a lot more than an audience sat 100 metres away. Ellie and David exemplify this beautifully through their hushed voices.
Well, take heart, because you're never going to have to hear me quack again. Because since I'm never going to do it again, you're never going to have to hear me quack about how I'm never going to do it again.
After tonight.
Correct. I've got all tonight to quack.
Does anybody...
This is necessary as they are supposedly in a cafe they are discussing robbing. It would be harder for an on-stage performance to pick this up because projection is vital. Remember that hammy acting, whilst sometimes acceptable on stage, looks ridiculous on camera.